my next guest when Ariel's ready. So one of my favorite people in the dental space, a fellow dentist, Dr. Jeff Buske, who is the winner of Dentistry's Got Talent this year. He was the amazing MC. Jeff, I have to share, you being the MC is not that easy. You did a great job. It's a lot of face time up there on stage. How'd you do?
Man, I had a whole new appreciation for emceeing. And it was fun, but you're right. There's a lot of things going on behind the scenes.
Well, because when you're the MC, you have to have constant attention. When you're speaking, you're nervous for 5 minutes, you speak for 10 minutes, and you're done. Margaritas, whoever you want.
Yeah.
The MC's like, who's next? So the MC is also like a ref. They only notice when you mess up, right? So it's
exactly right, man. That's right.
I know we could talk for a long time about your story, but just if people haven't heard of you before, I know you're super popular. Tell us a little bit about your mission, your why, what you're doing as a dentist. It's a great story. I know it, but I'd love for you to share with the Nachos.
Yeah. For Dental Syndicate, that's a company that I co-founded and created. And our vision is literally to look at eradicating divorce, depression, sedation, and suicide in our dental profession. Each one of those is just a big deal in itself. But that's how I want to leave our mark on the profession. And so for me, it became very personal because I've experienced every one of those. I didn't commit suicide, but I've had a couple really important professional dentists in my life that did. And so for me, that was also saying, what can I do? And I had to change my life. Gosh, back in 2016, I had a big kind of come to Jesus meeting there. And I was realizing that I was either going to be going down the road towards divorce number 2 and didn't really know how to manage the stress in my life of multiple practices. And I just didn't have a great community to surround myself with. Yeah. And so
I would like to jump in, Jeff. I just want to jump because I love yours. When did you graduate from dental school?
Gosh, 1997. So I've been in practice now for a while.
So I've heard this phrase a lot. I didn't come up with it. I like it. It's okay not to feel okay, right? So I like that. Yeah. But I want to add that it's not okay not to take action to make it better, right? Because people count on you. And those people could be your family. It could be your team. It's not to put pressure. Share with us a little bit for context. I have my Nacho team watching it. Why do dentists feel depressed, isolated, alone? Like what was the factors that led to that for you? What do you think was either built into how we're trained, part of the industry, maybe personal factors? I'm just curious to know about that.
I think 2 things. I think one big thing on how we're trained is we're trained that everything has to be perfect. And I truly think that that's bullshit because perfection implies that that you've reached this end point. And to me, we're always expanding, we're always improving. So there is nothing that is really truly perfect. And so that's one thing. The other key component is I think we all have this fear of looking bad or we have this big desire and drive to always look good. And that comes down to being like a people pleaser or any of those things. And when you couple those things together, when life is not working out so great for you, then one tends to withdraw and wants to hide or keep some things kind of back behind us so we don't look bad, right? Oh, don't look behind me. I got all my stuff back here,
Sure.
But when we can really embrace that and get real and honest with it and honest with where we're at in life, that's what allows us to move forward and change and operate in a different trajectory. And now we've got an opportunity to shift where we're at and then go to where we want to be.
And what I'll add is that's such a good point. And I think, I think of my mom growing up. I think of being a dental practice owner. You could be surrounded by people, but still feel very lonely. And the reason why I think you can feel lonely is there's certain jobs only you can do. There's certain pressures that you have on yourself. And I love that you're now creating solutions to solve the same problems that you have. What are some of these solutions you're creating?
Well, first of all, just creating a community in which, just like you said, it's okay not to be okay. It's okay to be, hey, you know what? Looking around, oh my gosh, these people face the same problems that I do. It's not like, you're exposed to, we're all exposed to life on Facebook. Everybody's living their best life on Facebook and Instagram and everything else. And the reality is that's just one snapshot or one snippet. And so when you look at it, it's first and foremost surrounding yourself with an incredible community where you have that opportunity to share the wins as well as the losses. And that's one thing there. 2, taking a look at, like I said, getting real and looking in the mirror and getting honest with yourself and doing a real true evaluation of this is where I'm at. And for us, it's looking at creating harmony in 4 areas across your faith, fitness, family, and finance. And to me, that's what has always been taught by, the consultants who come into the practice of like this elusive work-life balance that they don't even think is possible, or they know in their mind isn't possible, but they want to sell you on it. And the great thing is, I'm just living out authentically what I do. And that's what we teach. And it's just looking at it from the perspective that it is possible, but you have to put the keys together in order to orchestrate that in your life.
And dentistry needs more of this. And, I think we just are very dramatic people, dentists in general, share the wins, share the losses, more just about share the exhaustion, share the annoyances, share your middle, right? And I just think that's an important point. Now I see we have up here heroesmen.com. Tell us a little bit about your website or what you guys have coming up that my audience could lean forward on and say, hey, I'd like to check that out, whether it's online or in person.
Absolutely. So once a year, we do our flagship program, which is the Heroes Calling. That's open to men and women dentists. And then this one here, we've got coming up January 14, 15, 16, and that's going to be in Texas. This is really for male dentists. Yeah. And what it's going to be focused on is there's 4 archetypes for a man. So you've got the king, the warrior, the lover, and the magician. And we functionally flow through those all day, every day throughout our life as we go through our day. And so this training, we've already done a bunch on focusing on the king. I'm super excited because this one's going to be focused on the warrior and the warrior mindset and the warrior energy, and meaning that I'm the tip of the arrow and I know that I've got to go through this because I know what I'm fighting for behind me.
Yeah.
Whether that be my family, whether that be my practice, my team members, my patients, whatever it is, I know what I've got to do to cultivate to get where I want to be in order to reach my vision. And that's where that warrior energy comes into play.
It's such a key point because, being a leader comes with a lot of awesomeness, but it just becomes with so much pressure at times. And in the dental space, I just came back from the DEO, which was great. And, it just reframed that, the dentist has to do so many jobs that no one else can do. So it's like, I say to sometimes at my awesome front desk, I say, I did a MO instead of a O here. You guys put O. I go, oh, I helped you with your job. Can you go extract this tooth? I go, oh, that's illegal. I forgot, right?
Right.
What I just think dental teams have to be very authentic about, the dentist and hygienist can only do certain jobs no matter what. And we have to kind of just create systems for support for that out there. And it sounds like you're doing that. So is that the best place for people to go, heroesmen.com, to learn more?
Best way to reach me, honestly, is either on Facebook Messenger, my name, Jeff Buske, or Jeffrey Buske on LinkedIn. That's just hit me up on there, and I'll get back to you, and then we'll rock and roll.
Awesome. Thanks, Jeff. Thanks for being part of what we do. We really appreciate it.
Appreciate you, brother. Thanks, Paul.
As you guys see, the whole dentist and core, the business aspect, your personal aspect, it all goes into our survival and thrival.